Main Street on Prairie Public. I'm Ashley Thornburg coming to you live from Norsk Husfest. And we just heard from the Killer V's, and we can't finish this show without talking about another very talented performer, ventriloquist and singer Darci Lynne. She is one of the youngest ever winners of the show America's Got Talent, and she is going to be doing 2 performances coming up in our area, including one right here at Husfest. And I spoke with her on the phone last week. Darci, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. I'm very excited to be here.
Which came first, the singing or working with the puppets?
Singing came first. I've been singing since I was 6, and I picked ventriloquism up when I was 10, and I'm like, why not be a singing ventriloquist?
Right, it makes perfect sense. Well, who are the characters that you've added?
Well, I just have my 4 regular characters, Petunia, Oscar, Katie, and Edna Dornacher.
And give us a little bit of a preview of their personalities. Petunia is a rabbit, but she's more than that.
Yeah, Petunia's a rabbit. She was shy, but now that she's, like, in spotlight, she's really, really, like, basically a diva. And she loves to sing. Oscar is a shy little mouse, very timid, and his problem is he can't talk to girls at all whatsoever. But when he sings, he totally gets all the ladies. And then there's Katie, the cowgirl. She's really spunky and sassy and loves to yodel. And I'm kind of jealous of Petunia. And then there's Edna Dornacher, who sometimes grumpy, but she loves to flirt with men in the audience.
Are you like any of your characters?
Not fully, but some of the things that are incorporated in their personalities kind of come from me, but not all the time. Because, I'm really not anything like Edna. So, yeah.
How did you develop each of these?
Well, it kind of just depends on all of them. They all kind of came about differently. Petunia, I actually wanted her to be like really shy and but she totally changed. So like sometimes they change, and they're all still evolving now. Like I haven't even developed them fully. Like they're still like getting different personalities now every time I perform. But like they all came different. Like sometimes I would just be doing something random and I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's an awesome idea for a new character. Or I really have to sit down and think about it. So they all kind of just came about differently.
Well, Darci, you are a very talented singer. Why?
Thank you.
What did the puppets add to your show? Why not just be a singer?
I think the puppets add just, like, variety. I mean, like, it's just different than everything else, because not many people do what I do, and I think it's interesting for the audience and the people to come and see something different that they don't get to see a lot, and I think that adds something special to my show. But also, I also like to just sing by myself in my show sometimes, because people enjoy that too. Like, they like to see me sing by myself sometimes too. So it's a little bit of both, but yeah.
Well, you did win America's Got Talent, and that led to a variety of performances, including one on The Ellen Show. So let's get a little taste of the talent that you and Petunia have. Here's a performance from Ellen.
But baby, don't you cry.
Darci, that's such a wonderful performance of that song.
Thank you. That was a while ago. Like, that was like a year ago.
Well, and you are in such good company with this song. It's a George Gershwin song performed by Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, Janis Joplin. They've all done versions of this song. Why do you and Petunia like Summertime?
Summertime is just really fun to sing, and you can sing it any way you want, and so it's fun to put our own spin on it. And I think that's why we both enjoy singing it.
Is it hard to sing with your mouth closed?
Yeah, it is very challenging. It's like I'm still mastering it like today, so it's very difficult. Yeah, it took a lot of practice.
Well, do you end up sounding a little bit different? Like you mentioned, you do often perform without the characters on stage with you. Does Darci Lynne sound different from Darci Lynne as Petunia?
Yeah, I do try to distinct our voices. That's probably one of the difficult things that I have to do too, is because I want the illusion to seem really real, so I have to just make my voice different than theirs, so they're really distinct. So, yeah.
What first drew you to ventriloquism to begin with?
Just probably how different it was, because I'd never heard of it before, and I was like, this is so cool. I really want to try this. So I just taught myself, and yeah.
How do you practice this?
Practicing in the mirror is really a great thing to do, because you can see, I can see what I'm doing wrong, and what I need to fix, and what looks good and what doesn't look good. So practicing in the mirror or videotaping myself is really, really just a good practice technique that I like to do.
Are there ventriloquists that you particularly like that you might study?
Probably Terry Fader and Jeff Dunham. They're really great. They're really awesome for me to watch, so that I can work off of them and see, because they're like professionals. I can see what I need to do to look to improve my performance, to seem more as good as theirs or something like that. But yeah, probably them, Jeff Dunham and Terry Fader.
Well, Terry was also a former winner of America's Got Talent. He got $1 million prize and is now on a 5-year, $100 million contract at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Is that your career aspiration?
Probably not. I don't really want to live in Vegas. I probably don't want to do that. But what I'm shooting for more is recording my own songs and probably playing in a TV show or a movie. That's probably the direction I'm more likely headed. So probably not living in Vegas is my choice.
It's not a really good place for a teenager to live.
Yeah.
Do you write your own songs ever?
I have not done that yet, but I really do hope to try it someday when I have a little more time. But it does seem really, really fun to do.
Yeah, boy, saying a phrase like that, when I have more time, because, boy, you really can explode onto a scene when you go from local talent shows and pageants and to all of the sudden America's Got Talent that leads to performances like we mentioned on Ellen and on the Today Show, and then now a tour, and again stops in Minot on the 29th at Hussfest and in Moorhead on the 30th. Do you have much time to still be a kid?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I just had a 3-week break the last 3 weeks. That's been really nice. I've gotten to do some actual kid stuff. Like I went to a middle school football game. And I've gotten to hang out with my friends a lot. But yeah, I just still get to do like normal kid stuff, which is really nice.
I did notice on your website that right alongside these video performances of America's Got Talent and on the Today Show, you have a video of you going to Chipotle with your best friends.
Oh, yes, I do. That was too. Yeah, I took one of my 3 good friends to Chipotle. It was really fun, and then we had like a sleepover and played a lot of games. Like we played this funny board game. But yeah, it was really fun. I love hanging out with my friends. It's probably one of my favorite things to do.
Does your mouth hurt when you're doing ventriloquism? It seems like that's just so much smiling.
I mean, sometimes, but not necessarily, because I try to keep my mouth more natural looking instead of a forced smile the whole time, because it doesn't look as real. But sometimes, yeah, my mouth does start to hurt after a while, but not all the time.
Darci Lynne is a singer and ventriloquist who is on tour now with stops in Minot at the Norse Coast Fest on September 29th and at Blue Stem in Moorhead on September 30th. And you can find out more at darcilynne.com, and that is spelled DarciLynne. Darci, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
And I hope you do get a chance to see Darci live. That is a very talented young woman there, and we expect great things from her.